Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am pretty much doing a full face of all new makeup. I have a new SPF 50 primer to try, the Beauty Balm from Anastasia, Saie Beauty Concealer. We have a new setting powder from Mercier, new highlighters from COLLAB, a bunch of new goodies from Anastasia like glosses and eye things, which we'll get into. And then I have this beautiful PR package right here from Rare Beauty with their new blushes. Tons of new goodies for me to test out and give you my opinion on. So if you're excited for today's video, give it a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. I feel like usually when I do videos like this one where I try a ton of new products, they are usually products that I purchase myself. However, this time a lot of what I'm going to be putting on my face were things that were sent to me in PR, which I'm super thankful for because it saves me a little bit of money and I would have purchased these products anyways. I don't have anything new for the eyebrows to try, so as you can see the eyebrows are filled already. I do, however, have a new Murad primer that I am very excited about. I guess I've been calling this a primer because it kind of gives a blurring effect to the pores, but I was just reading information about it and it doesn't say it's a primer anywhere. It just says it is an SPF 50 with 0 white cast for all skin tones. It's non-comedogenic, so it doesn't clog your pores. Packed with skin-loving ingredients, it is a solution for dark spots, uneven tone, early signs of aging, and it's perfect for daily protection. It plays well with makeup, making it the perfect primer. Maybe I had read the word primer somewhere, but I'm not gonna lie, this is actually the second time I'm putting it on, not the first. And the first time I put it on, I'm like, this feels like a primer. Anyways, it says it is powered by a powerful blend of vitamin C, D, E, and F, and boosts skin's resilience with omega-packed chia seeds. This is already available if you guys are interested. Of course, all of these products I'm going to be talking about today will be listed and linked down below. I'll also be tagging them in the video, and check out right here the texture of it. Also, I discovered the first time I wore it that a little bit goes a very long way. So this will do my whole face, I promise you, because the first time I did a little too much of it and it kind of blurs the pores. It kind of acts like a primer product. It doesn't smell like your typical sunscreen. I'm not sure exactly what it smells like. It doesn't bother me, but it's also not a yummy scent. I think it probably just doesn't have any fragrance added to it. Anyways, I am covering my face with it. I am going to be using it as a primer today. It feels very hydrating on the skin. It sinks right in. It gives the skin a nice amount of glow to it. I got a little bit more for my neck. And then of course, the most important thing is that it gives you SPF 50 PA++++ protection. So if you are looking for a clear sunscreen that literally does not feel like sunscreen at all, this is definitely worth considering right here. Moving on to the Anastasia Beauty Balm, which I already tried in a short/reel video I posted on my Instagram and TikTok accounts. The color I like best for myself is 7. Here's what the packaging looks like. I'm going to twist it up. This has light coverage to it. It has a sheer amount of coverage. I add a generous amount to the face, and if you have redness like me, my redness isn't too bad today, so I think it'll look better than the first time I tried it. But if you have a lot of redness, a lot of hyperpigmentation, discoloration, acne, scarring, any of that, probably don't get this one, because it definitely is for the no makeup lovers. It's going to very lightly even out your skin tone, but it's not going to provide a medium coverage, which that's kind of the coverage I usually go for myself. It definitely is on the light coverage, sheer coverage side. I'm going to use my BK 101 brush, and I'm just going to tap the product in place exactly where I drew it. Just tap it. As far as the consistency, the finish, and all of that, I would say it has a glowy finish to it, and it's not the thinnest consistency. Like, I don't feel like it sinks right into the skin. You can definitely feel it on until you set it with some translucent powder. See how some of my redness that I had right here on this side of my face is still peeking through a little bit? This one not so much because it was a lot calmer on this side. So that's what I mean by if you have things that you actually want covered, maybe don't go for this one, because this is for essentially people who already have good skin. Personally, don't have anything against it. I just don't think it's going to become a favorite product of mine, because I usually like to go for things that have a bit more coverage. If you're looking for a really good stick product that you can use in place of this one that does have a bit more coverage, I would actually suggest the Fenty Beauty Blurring Stick. That one has a more customizable application. You can actually build it up to a medium coverage, or you can shear it out to be as light coverage as this one is. And so I prefer it over this one, but this one is new and I wanted to make sure I mentioned it in a long form video so that you guys know my thoughts on it and you can see how it applies on my very dry skin. It definitely does have hydration. That is not the issue with it. I just would like a tiny bit more coverage. I'm going to add a little more right here to see if we can get this redness covered a bit. And again, I'm just patting it in with the brush. See, it's just not a buildable product. That's my issue with it. If you could build it, I think I would like it better, but it just kind of did the same thing that it did the first time around, even when I added more product to it. Time for concealer, and this one I actually have not tried yet. It is the new Saie Beauty Split Tint Concealer. They sent over a couple of shades, 5 and 6, so I'm going to open them both and see which one matches better. Here's what the actual component of the Saie Beauty Concealer looks like. This one comes in 25 shades and it retails for $28. It says it has a natural to radiant finish, undetectable medium coverage, cake-free and non-comedogenic, and that is supercharged with a fatty acid complex, glycerin and sunflower seed oil specifically, niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. Once you open it, here's what the doe foot applicator looks like. Here's shade 6, which is more so my skin tone shade rather than my concealer shade. So hopefully shade 5 gives me a bit of radiance under the eyes. We'll see. Maybe I'm just a little too pale for either one of these at the moment. I'm going to try shade 5 though. And so I'm going to dot the concealer underneath my eyes and on the inner corner here. And because it has a medium buildable coverage, I'm not going to add a color corrector to it. I just want to try it out on its own, especially because it also says it's like cake free, which I think should mean it probably won't crease much, right? We'll see. And I am going to grab shade 6 just to complement my Anastasia balm down here to get a bit more coverage on my cheeks. I have a damp beauty blender and I am just going to blend it in place. It's thinner than I expected, which I definitely love because I love thin products that have a good amount of coverage. So far so good. I'm impressed. I like it. It has a beautiful finish and it truly does look undetectable on the skin. It's sunk right in. I love it so far. And with whatever's left, I am priming my eyelids with it. I'm immediately feeling better about my makeup with the added bit of coverage on my cheeks here. And the under eyes look fabulous. I don't see a lot of purpliness peeking through or anything like that. Maybe a tiny bit under this eye, so I'm going to build it up right there a bit. But it has a really good amount of coverage for sure. So I'm just gonna do one more dot right there and then add a bit to the center of my forehead and then blend this in. So take a look at what everything is looking like once that concealer is blended. I'm loving my complexion. Again, I feel like it fixed my beauty balm issue because my cheeks are now no longer red and it made my under eyes look really good. I'm happy. I have a new Ultra Blur powder to try from Mercier, but before I get here, I am going to use something that I did purchase myself. This is from Too Faced, the Too Faced Contour / Bronzing Balm. This was part of a Sephora haul that I uploaded recently. And I loved this product. I love the shade of it. I love the texture. I love the performance. I just noticed it smells like cocoa. Added benefit, it's not overpowering and it's not too sweet. It literally smells like when you open a box of like Nesquik. Oh, that's what this smells like. Anyways, I was saying it blends beautiful and it has a wonderful, wonderful undertone. I have mine in the shade Chocolate Mousse. And I think I'm going to blend it with the same foundation brush I used today, the 101 from BK Beauty. I'm just going to rub it in, run it into the hairline a bit. It creates the perfect amount of contour slash bronziness in my opinion. As you can see, it blends like a dream. It's fantastic. Let's do the jawline last. And I like to run whatever's left on the sides of my neck. And so once that contour bronzer stick is blended, take a look right here at the final results. So now it is time for the new Mercier powder. It is a pressed powder and it is called the Translucent Pressed Setting Powder in Ultra Blur. It has a little puff right here at the bottom. And here is what the actual powder looks like. I believe I read somewhere that this one is a talc-free powder from Mercier. It actually feels nice and blurring on the back of my hand, so I'm excited to put it on the face. I'm going to use my Beauty Blender puff to apply it because it is clean. And I'm just going to grab some powder and go to town. But first, dust off any excess on the back of my hand. And now I'm pressing it on the center of the face. Let's grab some more, dust off the excess, and this side of my face next. Also tapping some right in the center of the forehead here and right around my mouth. As you can see, the pores do look a little bit diminished right here in the center, but that's because it has a mattifying effect on the skin, which of course will by default make the pores look better because it takes the luminosity out of the skin. I like it, but I don't know that I'm loving it because I feel like it took away some of the brightness underneath the eye. I feel like it made the makeup turn just a hair darker in the areas of my face where I had made things a bit more luminous looking. Things that I like about it though, it is extremely thin. It feels like I don't have any powder on at all whatsoever. It did blur the pores. It did take the shine away. You know what? Maybe it's me. I think I might just be used to the powders that make your face brighter, and this one didn't make my face brighter. It just didn't change anything. And so because I'm used to the brightening powders, now I'm thinking this one made things darker, but I don't think it did actually make things darker. I just think it left them the way it found them. Okay, so now that we have the complexion on its way, it is time for blush, and I cannot wait to show you all 6 of the Rare Beauty blushes. Here's what the inside of this stunning PR package looks like. I honestly still pinch myself every time Rare Beauty sends me PR because I don't know how I got here. But here we are, and I love every single PR package they sent my way. In the PR package, besides the new blushes, they sent over a couple different blushes. This one here being the official Soft Pinch blush brush. And one of these color shifting tins that always comes in handy. I'm going to start by showing you and swatching the shade Love. Here's what it looks like. This one, as you can see, is probably better for a darker complexion than mine, but I'm going to go for it very lightly with the brush they sent over. I'm going to pick up some of it and go to town. If you use it lightly, that is actually not half bad. It looks like a beautiful coppery shade. I feel like I could make this one work. Was not expecting that. We're doing the shade Truth next. This one also a shade I would consider probably too dark for me, but this one worked so well, I don't know what to tell you anymore, so let's go for it. Also, I want to point out that using a very light layer of that first shade, my texture is not enhanced at all. So I clean my brush and let's do it again. Ooh, did I get too confident? Did I grab too much? I think I did. I got too confident, you guys. Let's see if I can blend it out anyways. Alright, yeah, that kind of blended. So again, this is the shade Truth right here. Next color is the shade Joy right here. This one's a little lighter and it also looks a bit more luminous. So let's go for it. Ooh, that looks beautiful actually. What do you think? I don't think this one's enhancing my texture that much either. The lightest shade, which is Sheer, which will be the last one I show you, I tried in a different video the other day and I did think it enhanced my texture quite a bit. But like this one, for example, I feel like it's doing okay. And I also really love that peachy shade. The next color I'm trying is the shade Hope right here. This one's right in between peachy and pinky. And once again, I don't feel like it's enhancing my texture much. Maybe it's the brush. Maybe this brush doesn't apply as much of the glow as a brush that is a bit more flat. I'm really loving the way all of these are applying. So take a look at Hope right here. Then we have the shade Happy. So once again, clean brush, and let's go for this one. This is one of the lightest colors, and the color Happy in their liquid blushes is one of the most popular shades. So take a look at what Happy looks like on. I thought it was going to be a bit too like blue pink for my cheeks, but I actually, once again, don't hate it. Once again, I don't feel like it's enhancing my texture. And once again, I'm going to blame it on the brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a different brush. Not that I want texture, I'm just very curious about why the first day I tried sheer, it was a lot more textured looking than today. So this is just a Rephr number 18, which is a bit flatter on the side. Yeah, see, it's definitely the brush application. When you use a denser brush like this one, it applies more product, it applies more highlight, and I feel like it enhances your texture a bit more versus the brush they sent, which is kind of like a stippling brush. It doesn't have a lot of density on the tip. I feel like it helps it so that it doesn't look textured. So if you're concerned with texture, I feel like getting this brush might be a good idea. Anyways, check out what Happy looks like. And then finally, here is the shade Cheer, which I already tried in a previous video because I actually ordered this one during the Sephora sale before knowing I was going to get this beautiful PR package. And so let's go ahead and go to town with the color Cheer. You know what? I actually think Cheer is one of the more texture enhancing shades, because even with the stippling brush, I do feel like this one is a bit on the too shiny for my personal taste side. So I'm definitely very happy I tried a lot of the other colors today, because it turns out I had probably tried the one shade that enhanced my texture the most. With that said, I absolutely love the color. Anyways, take a look right here at the shade Cheer. I've been taking off and putting my makeup back on in between trying different shades, and I don't want to do it a third time. So I'm going to tap my beauty blender over the shades on my cheek just to soften everything, and then I'll pick one of the shades and put it back on. Going back with whatever's left on my brush of the shade Cheer just to even myself out. Now that all of the Rare Beauty blushes were tried, let me know what your favorite shade was down in the comment section. By the way, it is time to try another package that I'm very excited about, and it is this Cosmic collection from Anastasia Beverly Hills right here, which I haven't heard a lot of people talking about at all, but I got the package and I am excited to show you everything. As you can see, we have 5 very sparkly glosses here, 5 very sparkly multi-use pigment, I think. So these are Space Dust multi-purpose sparkling powders. I'm assuming you can use them on your eyes, your cheeks, etc. And then these up here are also very, very sparkly, and they are the Ethereal Eye glosses. I think there's 5 shades total, and then there's a corresponding shade in each formula. Let's go ahead and get everything out of here, and I'll show you all of the swatches. Here is the Ethereal Eye gloss in the shade Sun, and here is the swatch of it. Ethereal Eye gloss in the shade Galaxy. Honestly, these just look so yummy. Let's do the swatch of that one next to it right here. Next, I have the shade Aurora here, which is like a multi-chromy clearish color. I feel like the camera is not doing it justice. There's even purple in there that is not showing, or like a light pink type color. So let's go ahead and go for the swatch of it. Right there. I think you can see the dimensions better from a little further away, kinda. Supernova, which is a sparkly pink iridescent shade. Let's try it right here. And then the shade Super Cluster, which looks super magical. And let's swatch this one. Okay, so here are the swatches of all 5 of the eyeglosses. Let me show you them from further away so you can see kind of their shifts better, but I promise you the camera is not doing these justice at all. Maybe with my phone you guys will get a better idea of what they look like. Yeah, this is better right here. Okay, so here's the packaging of the multi-purpose sparkling powders. And here's what it looks like once you open it. They have this beautiful stopper right here so that things don't go all over the place, which I think would definitely happen otherwise. I can't get my finger in there, so with a brush, here's the shade Sun, swatched. Galaxy right here. This next one is called Aurora, Supernova right here, and Super Cluster. Once again, I feel like the camera is not doing these justice. As you can see, they're beautiful, sparkly, fairy-like powders, but let me once again record it on my phone because they look very different when they're not right in front of the light. So take a look at them right here on the back of my hand with the light hitting them from like different angles, I guess. These definitely look like they're meant to be toppers, either for eyeshadow or for like highlighter, festival looks, body glitter type situation. Honestly, very fun. And so last but certainly not least, let's go ahead and swatch these beautiful glosses right here. And you guys know I love the Anastasia gloss formula, so definitely here for the shimmer and the shine, as long as they're not gritty, which I'll let you know about. Here's the shade Sun, Supernova, Galaxy right here. Here is Super Cluster and Aurora. These are definitely all pretty much clear-ish glosses with slightly different color sparkles to them. And once again, take a look at them from my phone's camera. So because I'm wearing an olive shirt, I think I want to go with the Aurora color story and try some of these products out. I have never used an eye gloss that I remember. Maybe I have. I don't remember it though. And so very scared about the eye gloss situation, but I want to try it. I'm going to use a big flat brush to apply it. This one is the Sigma E55, and I'm going to just grab some of the gel from the cap here and just go to town with it, I guess. All over the eyelid and also the crease. Just like that. It feels weird. I don't know if I'm an eye gel type of person. It's kind of like you're putting a gloss on your eyelids. It doesn't feel comfortable. It feels wet. Maybe I should have done some sort of winged eyeliner before so that this would kind of complete the look. I'm actually going to try it now and see how that goes. I think I definitely should have done the eyeliner first, because now I'm not sure if it's going to fully dry because I'm applying it on top of this gel. See, it's transferring right there because I applied it over the gel. Lesson learned. However, I like it. I like the sparkly situation with the wing, I think. So then I'm going to use the loose powder with that same shade Aurora to intensify the sparkle right in the middle, because I felt like putting it on top of the gel would just be the greatest idea since it'll stick so nicely. Just tapping it there. I feel like this collection came out for festival season, which is definitely very appropriate because it has all of the sparkles. I want to add more. I want to add some to my cheeks, kind of as a loose highlighter situation. I'm just going to kind of tap it in place with a brush and then work it in. And because it's like a loose pigment, I don't think it'll enhance texture necessarily. It's just going to add sparkle. Because it doesn't have a base to it, they're just kind of fluffy, shiny sparkles. Take a look right there. I'm definitely having fun with this. For the gloss, I'm going to do a bit of a lip liner first. This is the Ultimate Lip Liner from LA Girl in the shade Nonstop Nude. And then, of course, the gloss in the shade Aurora as well, which, by the way, is not gritty. I just wanted to make sure it's not. I finished up my makeup with some mascara, and this right here is the finished look with all of these glorious glittery fairy-like things that Anastasia sent over in their Cosmos collection. I did forget to show you something that I wanted to show you, so I'll just show you and swatch these on the back of the hand for now because I already did some glitter highlighter, so I don't want to add any more intensity to whatever's going on my cheeks right now. And what I forgot to show you was the Liquid Light Glow Drops from ColourPop. They sent over all 3 shades, so take a look right here. Here are the shades Sun O'Clock, Petalite, and Venice Boulevard. I went ahead and rubbed them in a little bit so you can see them right there. Super, super liquidy and pretty pigmented. And then right here is what they look like when you sheer them out. All of the products were tried. I told you what I thought about everything as I went through. One of my favorite products I tried today, hands down, were the Saie Beauty Concealers. Absolutely love these. The texture is amazing. The finish is amazing. I think my under eyes look great. I didn't have to layer them. I used them multiple times when I was switching my blush right here on my cheeks as well and love them. Then the other product that definitely stood out to me is the SPF primer situation from Murad. Fully clear SPF 50. It feels like you're not wearing sunscreen. Amazing for the summertime. This Cosmic collection was definitely a lot of fun to swatch and to try. I do, however, think the main thing I'm going to use from this is definitely the glosses. Love the Anastasia glosses always. And lastly, I'm very happy I swatched and tried every single of the new Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blushes because I ended up liking them a lot more than I thought I would, and a lot more than I initially liked them when I tried the shade Cheer on its own. I think my favorite shades were actually Joy and Hope from the Rare Beauty blushes. And I would love for you to let me know what your favorite products were that I tried in today's video. So please let me know down in the comment section below if you're interested in any of these products. They are all listed and linked in the description box and also tagged on this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all so much and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.